Hey, what's going on, everybody? Jasmine Flowers here, and I am with a woman who needs no introduction, but I'm gonna let her introduce herself. How you doing, Queen?
Yes, thank you for having me. DJ B like checking in. I was able to put this stuff together. You hear me?
Yes.
Because you just really dope. But I just had to have a sit down with you. I'm letting people know that you can be in control of how the media, how you want it to be.
Mm-hmm.
You don't have to. You know what I'm saying? Like, you is really true in what you do. So I was like, this would be a dope collaboration to do.
I think so too. Yes, I think so too. I'm super excited about this. I think it's so cool when people like. I think it was Issa Rae who said like network at like your level, so you all can build a foundation together and rise on up. And I think that's so good. Like, you know, I think a lot of people want to reach certain people who may be a little bit unreachable, and then they get upset and they kind of get like, you know, what should I do with my career? And it's like, you got dope people around you who you can get to, who you can really like, y'all can pick information from each other and decide like, okay, this is what I can do. Take some things from them, give them some things too, and go from there.
Exactly.
So, yeah.
Me and my brother Moran talk about that a lot, just about networking at this level, the same level versus trying to go up, because you just gonna see those people at the top anyway. I mean, as long as you be consistent, get with the right people, the people that actually want to help you, believe in you, those are the people you need to focus on, not the folks they out of reach. You know, and there's no disrespect there, but it's just like there's no point to keep trying to force something that's
because the thing is, if you're reaching out to them, guess how many other hundreds, thousands are doing the same thing to these people who are already in these positions, and they tapped out on helping people. So, you know, you got to kind of understand where you are and then grow from there.
Exactly.
Yeah, I think
agree
that's so
100%.
important.
Yeah. I'm just excited, you know, just to be able to talk about not only what we're doing as individuals. Of course, you doing your thing, you interviewing, you know, you with Media Girls, right? Or you separate?
I do Media Girls, and I also do a lot of things on my own as an independent media correspondent. Yeah.
Okay, dope. Okay. So you kind of independent, but still be able to be contracted through.
Yeah, through Media Girls. Yeah, like I do Jaleesa is absolutely fantastic. I tell everybody, like, Jaleesa is the person that you need to know if you're in Atlanta looking for a publicist. Like, she has these women who she brings into the fold, like some women who don't know what they're doing in the media industry, and she teaches them what they should be doing. A lot of mistakes can be made, of course, if you're on your own trying to figure things out, but she really takes these young women under her wing and kind of, she's been a publicist for like 10 years. So she's pretty much giving people the cheat codes of what to do. But I started working before I met Jaleesa, but I think I met Jaleesa out one day just on like working on a red carpet line, and then I kept seeing her, and then she was looking for more women to join, and I was like, let me see what Media Girls is all about. So yeah, it's been really awesome. So shout out to Jaleesa.
And you building with women, and you know, I'm out here for women empowerment because it's such a male-dominant industry in every industry. So just to have a group of women where it's no disrespect, it's no hating. You know, we want to see each other win. It's not what we tend, I guess, the media to make it seem like women can't work together. It's too emotions, too much going on. But it's like really powerful in a sense.
It is. Yeah. It is. But I also tell people too, like, you are gonna get some hate. You are gonna get some people who don't like you because they're trying to do the same thing that you're doing.
That's true.
It's okay.
Right.
It's okay if you don't like me. I don't like you either. You know, it's It's just like, it's okay if
but that's just not
like
the whole thing.
Exactly.
I get what you're saying. Like, you're gonna have the hate, but people not focused on the hate. It's all about what you put your attention to.
That part. What you put your energy on. You shouldn't be focused on somebody not liking you or somebody maybe even trying to spread some misinformation about you.
Right.
Let you speak for you. When you walk into a room, you need to say, everybody should know based off of you who you are. So even if people are trying to spread rumors about you, then people know from your character that whatever was said was not true. So yeah, I just tell people, don't worry about the negativity. You have a goal, and you need to focus on your goal. You need to be laser focused on that goal, and not let anybody, including your own negative thoughts, stop you from what you need to do.
Right.
Just move. Go forward.
100%. I think that's very important. And in what I do, just with music, I'm just so happy to have men around me that pushes me, motivate me. They want to see me win. There's no ego in the room. We can work together. I think that's just so important to discuss because it's just so much negativity come with business. And then especially with the patriarchy way of doing the business, sometimes it can be overwhelming, but just focusing on I'm not worried about who I'm not connecting to. Let me go focus on the men that are pushing me.
Yeah.
And we reciprocate that. I'm pushing them. We're motivating each other because, of course, we want to make sure that we're uplifting the people that touch us as well. Absolutely. Too, you know.
How are you able to move past, like, you know, being in a super male-dominated field where some men can probably tell you what they think would be best for you? How are you moving past all of that to just keep your eyes, focused on what you need to do, what your goal is?
Well, first, I like to listen to people that are in it with me. Mm-hmm. So I don't listen to outside people that are not in it with me, that don't support me. I think that is key in it as well, because a lot of people listen to people that they ain't even rooting for you. They not even showing up for you. And you worried about their opinion on X, Y, and Z. For me, I could take some advice from a person like Moran because that's my brother. Right, you know what absolutely. I'm saying? I trust him. I know he's not ill when he's giving me advice. He's not trying to see me not shine. He's okay with both of our lights being in existence.
Right, absolutely.
And I think that's important, is just don't worry about the men that may not be able to support you because of whatever the ego is, but just focus on who is supporting you and feed into them. That's your village.
Beautiful. I think that's beautiful. Understand who your village is.
Yes, that is key. Too, yeah. You know, because a lot of people be on the way up, they want the top of the top, but this is the thing. This is how I feel about being at the top. Like, for me, I'm always a student, so there's no top for me. What am I at the top at? When you're learning, I have no room to be complacent with I'm here at the top. So for me, I'm not even going to speak that. I don't want to be at nobody's view of being at the top of like that type of stuff. I want to focus more so, okay, how can I keep growing and learning?
I think that's so ideal for people, because have y'all ever seen artists who get to the top, like that top, and then all of a sudden, like, nothing is important to them anymore?
Exactly.
And you kind of see them and they be like, man, I don't even want fame. I don't even want this anymore. And it's just like, you don't have another goal, though?
That was it. Right, exactly.
Since you achieved it, now you don't have any dreams anymore. It's kind of crushing when I see people do things like that. I'm like, you used to be so full of passion. You used to be so full of, like, this zest for life. And now it's just like, since you reached that, it's nothing else.
Like, there's nothing. I couldn't imagine me being just okay with, because I done said this a few times, like, basketball was my life, my whole life. So it's like, I couldn't even imagine stopping basketball and then my life was over.
Yeah.
What are we doing? Yeah, God has blessed me with multiple gifts. Why would I be stopping at basketball?
Exactly.
Like, just for anybody that's doing anything, whether you knitting or starting a business, if you're just stopping it there, it's infinite. Yeah. Like, you got to keep searching and growing and exploring.
Until it's your last breath, I think you do. Like, I didn't start
100%.
out in media in front of the camera. I've always been in entertainment, but my goal was to be a producer and director. But about like 7 years ago, I started podcasting. But this phase of my career happened during the pandemic. Honestly, like, a friend of mine she's my birthday twin, she hit me up and said her cousin was looking for a writer, and I was like, a writer for what? I don't write. and I was like, whatever. I just told myself, just try it. Right. Just try it. So I reached out to her, and she gave me a job writing for her blog as a beauty contributor. And then after that, I told her, I really do like entertainment. Like, that's my first love. And I was like, can you send me out on some events for entertainment? Didn't even know what I was asking for when I asked for it, but it blew my world up. And I was like, people really out here doing this? Literally. And I was like, I want to do it too. And, like, being a media correspondent became the goal. I was well into my 30s. Like, I just turned 39. I was, like, in my mid-30s when I had this dream. And I was like, oh, wow, you can pivot.
You can pivot, yes. It's okay.
Yeah, you can change what the dream was. I mean, I still want to be a producer and director.
It's still going to lead to that, right?
Exactly. But I'm like, but here's another dream that I didn't even know I wanted, and now I wanted it. Like, I just always feel like it's, like you just said, it's so many, like, goals and so many, like, gifts, we have.
Yes.
Like, there should always be something else. Like, even if you reach that goal where you at the top, like selling records, or, you know, I'm talking to some of the elite personalities, what's the next step? There should always be a goal, even if it's not on that same path. Like, maybe take a cooking class, or, you know, learn to become a chef or something, you know? So I just feel like, well, what are y'all going to do now that the dream is over with?
That part.
What are you going to do?
That's why I'm going so hard, even with this music. Like, the music, I investing. Like, I just really want to be so good to the point I have no worries in life. Like, I've mastered, okay, I don't have to pay my money to pay my rent. What's next? How can I master never worried about money? Like, I know how to do that. Like, how can we move to the next level? Because it's not about worrying about what's next, but just always be willing to accept what's next. Absolutely. You know what I'm saying? Because you got to elevate at some point. But I'm not going to be waking up every day stressing myself out. I know this shit is brick by brick. This shit is not overnight. No.
How do you, what's your project about? Do you have a project?
So I do, yes. I have a project out right now, Thoughts of an Aries. And pretty much it's just literally what it says is what it is. I feel like every time that I've been able to create with everybody in a room, I've been able to have some type of relation to the music. This is, oh, damn, I didn't even realize this bar told my story. You know what I'm saying? And I feel like with the music that I'm creating, I'm able to express it with the creators, the producers, the artists, Moran, whoever, because he's really my co-producer. Like, so I do when it comes to like collectively, my teammate, Moran's the man, right? And that's his name, but that's what it is. Like, he's the guy. And then the artist, whatever, like, I gotta believe in it. I gotta be a fan first. So if I want to work with you, I'm a fan. I'm coming in as I like what you do. How can we add something to it? Not take away from it, but add to whatever your artistry is. And like, we work with some dope artists on a project. We work with Dre Nello. We work with Lily Rain. She's really dope. We was able to work with 3X Bravo. Did a couple records, but we got that one on the Thoughts of an Aries as well too. And then I think I'm missing somebody else. I'm trying to think. I think this. Omar Vassell. He's out of the DMV. So so just be able to.
That's awesome.
R&B, hip hop, like all into one, and still tell my story.
That's dope. What do you think is gonna be the most impactful like record on the album?
Love Yourself. I think Love Yourself is, but also the song right now, East on Pluto. I got the remix out right now, featuring the letter M, Seddy Hendrix, and Miranda Man. Right now, it's out. Like, that's a real life, like, to talk about, I'm gonna be okay. I'm gonna be, like, everything gonna be all right. I'm gonna have money. I'm gonna be living this life. I'm gonna help my people. I'm gonna overcome challenges. Like, it's an affirmation type of song.
That's so dope.
Look, check it out. East on Pluto. Like, this is an affirmation kind of song. I feel like it's up there with the most impactful. And then after that, Love Yourself, because at the end of the day, you deal with people and their energy, and they just ain't got it, and they running away from their trauma, and they running away from loving themselves, and they running away. They want to keep having a person around. They trying to put it onto you, but they gotta do within work. You got to do the work within. And I see a lot of motherfuckers doing that. Like, you got to do the work within. So before I even come to you on some shit, I'm going to make sure I'm good. Like, I'm not going to come to you with some malicious intent or feel some type of way or dealing with shit I done been through and want to make you feel some type of way. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, I'm coming to you pure.
I think, like, it's so many people hurting right now who I think, like, they don't even know how to address their issues to know that they don't even know that they have issues, because they won't just look into themselves and be like, yo, I got issues. They won't even do it. Like, what would you tell someone who is like, listen, I think we all know people who have a string of like bad relationships, or they constantly have like issues that happen to them, and you like, no, you're not the most unlucky person in the world. You're just not understanding that you get yourself in a bunch of shit. Like, what would you tell that person who's finally, like, I guess, coming to terms with, why does this keep happening to me? What would you tell them to, like, so they can really just kind of, like, look inward, take their own inventory, and do better?
The perfect thing to say is love yourself. Do the work. Love yourself and do the work to love yourself. So everything you do, you're doing it to feed into you, to feed into others. How are you going to feed into others if you're not doing the work within yourself? So I got to love myself. I got to have knowledge of myself. I got to explore myself. That means I need to figure out what it is I actually love to do, and I don't mind doing it with no money involved. I feel happy. I'm content. Let me learn, okay, characteristic-wise, you need to work on this. You know, being accountable is very important. I feel like that's something that's missing nowadays. It's like, where's the accountability? Because if you're doing something, clearly you have something involved with this, right? So I just feel like, let's start taking accountability understanding, hey, we need to go out and just learn ourselves, love ourselves. Just how you want to be around somebody and buy them this and feed them and do this to them.
Yeah.
Do that to yourself.
Yeah.
Take yourself out without it being no strength, like with nobody else. Like, let me love myself. Yeah. Let me go do what I want to do. Let me not think about somebody else today. I just need to think about myself. Let me say no to going out to the club because I don't feel like I'm in my stacking season. I don't want to go out to the club. Yeah. I want to stack my bread this season. So I'm going to say no.
You know what?
Let's talk about that, like, for real.
Yeah, I wish more people knew that. Like, it's really not lonely, but sometimes it can be lonely because you're really just in your own little universe, but you're working on yourself. Right. I wish more and more people did that and really, like, zone in and focus on yourself. And it's not selfish to, like, even on a plane, they say put your mask on first before you help somebody else out. Like, right. I think that's literally, like, the metaphor for life. Like, help yourself first before you start talking about helping other people.
I'm telling you, life would be so much, like, healthier, more beautiful people if we just start the work within and let it spread. It's going to spread so naturally. Because I know when I'm doing my part, I can be a better person. Like, for me, I know what I feel like when I'm feeding into myself, and I know what it feel like when I'm not feeding into myself, and I'm draining myself, and I'm giving myself to other people. Like, it's a balance. Life is about balance. That's Absolutely. What I would say. Yeah,
I think so too. I want to go back a little bit to the beginning. What made you fall in love with music?
Man, I ain't gonna lie. Like, it was I had an older sister. She was like 18 years older than me. So she kind of like a mother figure to me, right? So my sister would literally, I'd be in the back of the car, we bumping Too Short, like we bumping Aaliyah. We listen in the back of the car. I'm young, but she exposing me to Tupac, all these artists, and I'm listening to them, and I'm loving their music. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? And I'm like, this shit lit. And I got the old schools. I watched the old school movies, and my mom, she was able to but my mama put me on to like older movies, like the Jackie Browns and all that, like.
Come on with it.
Yeah, Coffee and shit. So I would look at them type of movies and the style to like. So I just like think about the artistry, just not only music, but I feel like the artistry of how we create as Black people inspired me to want to do music.
That part.
It's the culture, like it's just something about it. I just feel so inspired, like to be unified. The shit we go through and we able to come together and create and collaborate. Mm-hmm. That shit, king queen shit.
There it is. Tell me one song. I know this is going to be hard, but give me one song that kind of every time you hear it, you go to this place of like, it just gives you a different feeling. No matter where you are, what you're doing, when it comes on or when you feel like it should be on, you just like, let me listen to it because it get me in the right place.
It get me in that vibe. Mm-hmm. If I had to say right off my dome, it's so many songs that does that for me. But if I had to say right off my dome, I do like Jaguar by Victoria Monet. Okay. Like how that beat changed in that song and you just turn into a whole nother vibe. Yeah. It feel like you in the jungle for real. Like I'm like, that's the shit I want to like exemplify, like real music, instrumentation, just telling a story, like giving that picture.
Absolutely. Mm-hmm. If you could tell people who have not heard anything from you, tell them why they should listen to your music.
I feel like you're going to want to listen because you're going to relate to it. Mm-hmm. You're going to feel it. And you're going to feel inspired. You want to feel all the positive shit, listen to the music. Mm-hmm. You want to feel the love shit, listen to the music. You want to feel like, fuck them, I'm doing me, listen to the music. If you want to feel like every scenario you would think is like an emotion that humans go through, right? Yeah. You want to listen to my music. Because I'm going to give you every type of emotion.
I love that.
Yeah. So definitely tap in, Be-Lax. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? Thoughts of the Aries, East on Pluto, the remix, co-produced. Me and my brother Miranda, man, like we do this, like
that's really dope. So real quick, I want to talk about like your origins. I love to always talk to artists about like how their origins or where they came from inspired their music. Yes. Like what is it about where you came from that inspired, that goes into like how you make your music, the vibe of your music?
I think it's like the country in me.
The country?
The country. It's a type of style, just real cool, relaxed, you know? Yeah. That type of, like, I lived in a small city, but I think it was, like, at the time, it had been, like, almost 100K people there. Chattanooga. It's evolved over time. I don't know what that number is now, but back then, it's always been, like, the small city for me. Okay. So it's just me growing up, being around, listening to older, because I was around older people, listening to the music that paved the way for the people that, you know what I'm saying, came forward. And just that R&B, that rhythm, that vibe, that soul.
It's something about
it's
R&B
the soul
music,
that I was around people that had soul, that had thoughts, and you know, they really cared about people. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? And how we been treated.
Yeah. So we just mentioned R&B. You know, it's this whole discussion about how R&B music is dead. What are your thoughts on that?
It's not.
At all.
So many. Like, it's so many. And I love, because Diddy does that to get people talking. So I love that he knows still the marketing side. He know how to do his thing with this today's era. But I feel like it's not dead because I listen to nothing but R&B. Exactly. Like, my playlist is R&B. I can produce and do hip hop. You know, I love and listen to hip hop, but when I'm listening to music, I want to feel good. I want to go to R&B. That's what made me feel good. Yeah. That's what made me want to do music. Looking at Aaliyah, looking at 106 Apart, looking at all the platforms we had on BET, like, that's what made me want to do music. Yeah. And, like, I never knew it at the time because I was hooping. But when I got older, I was able to, like, go ahead and dive into the creation of it. Yeah.
That's so dope. R&B is not dead, y'all. It's not that off.
Dead.
Okay, especially when you have an artist. Like, I mean, come on.
And I'm listening to, like, the independent, not the ones that's, like, popular, but it's so many, like, I think it was like Alex Isley. I think she's dope. You know, I like Victoria Monet. I already mentioned her. I love, you know, Eric Bellinger. I love Vito. I love listening to, like, a lot of, like, even Lucky Day. The guy that I can't think of the record right now, but I like Zay France. He hard. I was listening to his music. Just some newcomers. It's a lot of people.
It's a lot of R&B artists. Yes.
And I'm not finna sit and name everybody, but you know, just know R&B is here.
It is. It's here. Like, I don't know what y'all talking about. Like, maybe.
What's your favorite?
R&B artist?
Yeah, like now.
You know what? I don't know if he is considered R&B, but I love Masego.
Oh, he hard. Yes.
I love Masego. Yeah. Like, and literally almost anything that he does, even when he does collaborations, if I see a song and it has Masego in it, I'm gonna go to it. Yeah, I'm gonna go to it.
He bring a different vibe. Exactly.
I like Division too.
Oh, I love Division. Yeah,
love him.
Party Next Door. Like,
I just love people who bring the vocals. Like, and I mean, I know some people think she may be a little controversial, but I love Summer Walker. I just love her voice. I even love how awkward she used to be. Like, when she used to sit up there.
She came in and brought something different.
Yeah, like, she would literally sit up there with a hoodie on and some sweats and sing. And she would seem like she had nothing, and her voice was just pure. I used to just love just watching and listening to Summer Walker. So,
them days when she was doing, like, the, you know, when they do it kind of like acoustic vibe.
Yes.
Yeah.
Like, that's it. And Ari
Lennox, fire. Oh my gosh.
Yeah. Her voice is just beautiful. Even her speaking voice is just gorgeous. So yeah, I
like her too.
Yeah, her. Yes, her is just.
She one of my faves.
Beautiful. Yeah. Like, so I just sit there and, like, R&B is not dead. You just got to know who you listening to, and you just got to go and find these artists because there's plenty of artists. They may not get the play on the radio that they used to because y'all are listening to other stuff, but they're here. And there's so many independent artists too that people need to tap in with as well. Right. So I want to know something like, I have 2 sisters and I love working with my sister. Yeah. How is it working with your brother? Like, how do y'all work together? Do y'all fuss, fight, or do y'all just get it together?
Like, you work with your real sister or somebody?
I mean, like, real sisters, but you know how black people do, and they call whoever.
Yeah, because he's like, we ain't got the same mama, but we brother and sister.
Exactly. Yeah. You know how black folks are, like, we ain't got no blood ties, but we still family.
When you family, you family. Right. So I mean, when did y'all meet? Is really dope. I mean, we just have a balance. I feel like with how we work with each other. And I think that's really cool to just, like, unravel with how we create. And I really don't, when we have our disagreements, we can disagree and move forward. Like, that's what I like too. Yeah, like, it's okay because you're not going to agree with anybody all the time. Yeah. Nobody.
Even with yourself. Y'all don't be fighting with yourself.
You know what I'm saying? Right. You have to fight with you have to like, nah, they wasn't cool. Yeah. Like, so you gotta be real with yourself. So that's how I look at it. It's like my brother, whoever close to me, they like my mirror for me to grow and evolve. And I'm just utilizing that capacity of it. You know, I'm just grateful to have people that believe in me. You know what I'm saying?
That is so awesome. Yeah. So before we get ready to wrap this thing up.
Yes.
I want you to tell people what's next for you. What's coming down the pipeline for projects or anything else that you have?
I think my focus now is like, okay, let me go ahead and get more into the production and focus more like producing bodies of work with artists. Okay. So like now it's going to just be me on the production side, working, creating, whether I need to write. I'm willing, whoever I work with, we all work as a team. So whatever we got to do to get a record laid out, we gonna do it. Whether you doing both, we don't have no egos. It's like, come in, let's create. It ain't no egos. Like, let's work. Let's really make something happen. And I feel like I want to just create bodies of work with artists. So I'm finna get into this production. Like, let's make more beats. I'm gonna release singles, of course, and like put out maybe like another project. But I'm not focused on that right now. My focus is let's get into producing for these artists.
That's dope.
Yeah.
I lied and said this was the last question, but you made me think of something. Who's your dream collaboration? Who would you love to have a collaboration with?
For real, it's so hard to say. Like, I'm gonna say 2 people, but I'm definitely like, I got more on the list. But I love Victoria Monet. I really would love to create with her.
I love her.
And Drake. Like,
tell me why for each of those. Why?
Cause they uniquely, like they both bring their own swag, their own style, their own way of how they do shit. They not looking at somebody else and trying to recreate what they saw. You get what I'm saying? They're just using the influence and they're creating their own path. And I just respect it so much because it gives me inspiration. I want to work with people, like I said, if I'm a fan of your work, like before I meet you, I'm a fan.
Yeah.
Like I put people onto your music. Oh yeah. We got to work.
Come on now. Yeah. So listen, Victoria and Drake right here.
You know, it's just we working, you know what I'm saying?
Okay.
It's on this way for sure.
So before we get ready to end, I want you to tell everybody where they can find you, where they can tap in with your social media, and also where they can hear your music.
Yeah, so I am BLAC streaming on all platforms. BLAC streaming on all platforms. I'm talking about Spotify, Tidal, Apple Music. Amazon, Pandora. Literally, at YouTube, everywhere you want to go, iTunes, go buy the record. It's only 99 cents. East on Pluto, the remix, out right now. You can buy the record. It's yours. Like, just tap in, listen to someone that is creating the music out of love. You feel me? I just want everybody to know, like, we're going to keep building. I'm going to keep working. We're going to keep doing this. We're going to be here in it together. Like, let's get it.
Boom. Yes. I'm looking forward to so much from you. I hope. And we all know, not hope, we know that collaboration with Drake and Victoria Monet is coming.
Know.
Yes,
like
we know.
Said, we know.
And I can't wait to see. I'll be like, oh my God, look at her.
We spoke this to this. Yes, it's on the way. It's coming.
Y'all better believe it. It's Jasmine Flowers here. So happy to sit down and talk to you.
Thank you, babe. Appreciate you.
Yes. You all make sure you follow me, Jasmine Flowers, JSMYNEFLOWERS, all social media platforms.
Tap in.